reality. By using the number 3, O'Brien draws a triangle. At one end is reality, at the other is fiction, and in the middle is the line that separates the two. But a triangle is not 3 separate lines, but a whole, showing that fiction and reality are part of a whole. In my short story, I chose to use the number 5 to show that there is no difference between reality and fiction. The number 5 symbolizes the universe and a balance between every force. It also represents the center of a circle. So by using the number 5, I draw a circle. A circle that it has no sides and it's all connected. I thought a circle would actually match the book, The Things They Carried, more than a triangle. Because a circle has no order. It's just round. But here, a triangle is straight and orderly. And much like the book, which has no order, O'Brien is trying to say that the plot doesn't matter, that the ending doesn't matter, that knowing the ending is not enough. As a matter of fact, in the book, his ending just shows that he can reach immortality or infinity like a circle. That he can live even after death through fiction, by telling his story. The second motif is music. In The Things They Carried, the chapter How to Tell True War Story uses music in an intriguing way. And where a six-man patrol group goes to search out for enemy movement. But instead of hearing enemy movement, they hear music instead. And their line that separates reality and fiction is blurred. In The Truth I Promised, I use musical imagery. For example, the humming of the house, the Night Critters Orchestra. And if you take a careful look at a piece of music, you'll see that all of this piece of music is made of separate notes. But playing one note at a time does not mean that it's music. You'll have to find a way to connect the notes to create music. And by adding music into his book, Tim O'Brien is saying that when words fail to convey truth, humans create art. And music, which is a piece of art. It's mind-boggling to think that people turn to fiction for truth. And O'Brien shows this in his book. He's saying that he's hoping that readers will understand that works of fiction are meant to impart some small truth about humanity or about the world around us. He even says, the narrator, Tim O'Brien, states that story truth is sometimes truer than happening truth. Our third motif is simplicity. Tim O'Brien's novel is a short one. It does not contain a huge amount of difficult vocabulary. And I tried to incorporate that into my short novel. He shows us that the truth is not complicated. For example, when he shows death, he doesn't say Kurt Lemon passed away or Ted Lavender left us. He says Kurt Lemon shot and killed, Ted Lavender shot and killed. So by doing this, he's showing that in a complicated world with so many man-made barriers, it's difficult to find the truth. And a historian named Fisher even states that the human universe is so enormously complicated that to speak of the cause of any event is an absurdity. So in his novel, O'Brien removes all complications and tells us the simple truth basically by lying. And we can assume that this entire book is fiction, but it holds a huge amount of truth. And if you think about it, it's simple, right? So in conclusion, the book is not about war at all, but in fact it's about finding truth between reality and fiction. and that fiction is a representation of reality, and how sometimes fiction can be truer than reality itself. Fiction connects everything and brings out the innermost invisible springs of life that cannot be revealed in factual narratives. Maybe that's the reason why we prefer reading a novel over reading a history book. But that's not the goal. But finding out whether the book was true or not is not the goal of this book, because that doesn't matter. But what matters is that you, the readers, are thinking if it was true. That you, the reader, will wonder if story truth is truer than happening truth. That after reading the things they carried, you'll think about the truth and about that line between reality and fiction. But if you were to ask me if everything I said was true, I tell you, it's the truth. I promise.